We are joined by Mayor Jyoti Gondek. Thank you so much for sitting down with us today. It's been quite a year. We saw the pandemic restrictions end, but we headed into more challenges in terms of affordability, cost of living. So how has your council been able to handle these issues?
This is a council that was well aware that we would be going into a term where things weren't rainbows and sunshine. We knew from our days at the doors, talking to people, that there was people incredibly concerned about affordability. There were people concerned about their jobs, their housing. And so we have taken on a challenge for this 4-year term where we have to continue to deliver great quality of services, but we also have to be aware of the pressures of inflation. So the budget process this year, I think, was very telling. We were able to do things like freeze transit fares at last year's rate. Kids under 12 are going to be able to ride for free. We invested $19 million into a mental health and addiction strategy. In our downtown recovery plan, we were able to invest more dollars. So we added to the $250 million that we already had there to do things like activate spaces, upgrade Arts Commons. We were doing office to residential conversions. We continue to remain committed to that program. And we're also looking at how post-secondaries can find a home downtown. So there's many different things we looked at, and we were able to find those investment dollars at the same time only adjusting for inflation and population growth.
And that must have been difficult to come to these solutions that would help the majority of Calgarians. So what was it like to make these big decisions?
The thing about this council that I have found very interesting over the past year is everyone sort of found their comfort level in how they approach issues, how they draft amendments, how they bring notices of motion. They're incredibly committed to doing things according to procedure by law and the processes that we have in place. But the other thing that I've seen is their willingness to speak with each other before we get into a council meeting, just to say, you know, heads up, this is what I'm proposing. I hope you will agree with it. And if the individual doesn't, they can have a good, meaningful conversation. That translates into good civil discourse in council chambers. And I think it's an exercise in discipline and demonstrating that you can be seen and heard and you can represent Calgarians effectively. It doesn't have to be an argument. It can be a proper debate, which is what that chamber is meant for.
So something that Calgarians saw play out at council, and that was a pretty big headline this year, was just the fallout from Sean Chu's previous case, and then most recently the incident involving you. So do you see this as something that was distracting from City Council's goals this year?
This council has really big work to do. We have got wicked problems in our city, as do all other cities across the globe, and we need to be incredibly focused on getting that work done. There are many things that detract us from that work. There are many distractions, but my job as the mayor is to make sure I'm setting the tone and setting the pace. We have work that needs to get done. These other things need to sit on the side. But I'll be honest with you, they do weigh on you. These things do cause tension. It causes, you know, a sense of fear in some cases as to what people are doing around you. And it's something that you put away, you compartmentalize it so you can get your job done, but it does weigh heavy.
What was your biggest accomplishment this year as mayor and as council?
You know, there's been a lot of amazing things that have happened in this city during our first year as a council. I would say probably the ability to build relationships with each other and have that trust and that respect for each other. We did things like fire ops training together as a council. We did a food bank challenge where we were racing to see who could assemble the most care packages. We've done some things that really expose us to each other's lives, and it's a personal relationship that we're building. And so I think that just makes us stronger in terms of governance when you have that respect for each other as human beings.
What are you looking forward to for next year in 2023?
In 2023, I'm looking forward to continued success of Calgarians as well as our economy. I'm really looking forward to more major announcements. We were thrilled to become the hub for WestJet. We are going into a year where we're hosting something called Pathways to Net Zero It's the World Petroleum Congress. We will be spotlighted in our city, and it's really a chance to shine and show that we are committed to energy transformation. We have a very active economy that ensures that technology is embedded throughout every sector. We have many opportunities for people to come and visit here or choose this as a place to live, and I just want to be part of driving that message forward.
All right, thank you so much, Mayor Jyoti Gondek, for sitting down with us.